Hello there, and welcome to Dr. T for today, January the 7th. No, February. Oh, fuck. Unky butt-loving monkey. Yes. Funky butt-loving monkey. Well, it was good while it lasted. So apparently with years I'm okay. That I can pick up the change right away and we can coast right through it. But when it comes to remembering the month, that one's way too difficult. Alright, stage 1, pretty straightforward. Just charge right on in there, throw shocks, you're gonna stop things from happening, and everybody will live happily ever after. Stage 2, go around the right hand side. Now, I'm flaring up for the sake of time, but go where my critters go. Well, up until, you know, about this point. Now, you could stop off and kill the sniper tower if you really wanted to. Nothing wrong with that. Totally cool and acceptable. But not necessary. Unless you really want to do it. And just attack from the back there. Your heavies might take a cannon shot or two, and a sniper tower shot or two, but in the grand scheme of things, you're going to get some fat loot, and you're going to move on to stage 3. Which, stage 3, starting to pick it up a little bit. Same deal though, right hand side, gather up all the free energy you can from all of the goo pot things and piles of boxes. You know, Dr. T really needs to get his job site cleanliness down. Like, I do not think he'd do well with the evil workers union. Assuming minion, would it be a minion union? That's too difficult to think about and definitely too hard to say. Now, I did purposely kind of leave these shock launchers doing their shock launchery things because I wanted to point out that if you are rolling heavies and zookas, as you can see, the heavies are going to get shocked by the shock launcher, but the zookas are going to stand behind that, just shooting the snot out of everything. So don't waste your GBE on those shock launchers. Let the heavies get shocked. They like it. They're into weird things. You know, you hook a car battery up to the. Anyway, stage 4, go right hand side again, and this time I kind of flared up just to make sure that they'd come in towards the machine gun. Now, one shock can take out both boom cannons and the shock launcher. Very important that you hit all 3 during this period where it's kind of traveling forward. And then when you take out the first boom cannon, the next shock you need to drop after that, you can hit the flamethrower and the boom cannon and the shock launcher and all the things. Or you can be like me and just not really pay attention. But if you've got lower level troops, just saying, it may be prudent to do such things. Now, once you clear out the big scary things, move yourself into the very back corner. You can throw some heals down on your troops just for good measure, but those mortars will ping away at your heavies, and that is totally cool because your zookas are going to be able to take down the HQ in relative safety. And if you do have extra GBE, you can just start, shocking the mortars or blowing up the HQ, whatever fits into your game plan. Moving on to stage 5. Now, stage 5, I do not know what happened. My goodness, I tell you. So, there are rocket launchers. Rocket launchers gots to go. Well, that one needed to go anyways, I guess. Maybe not. Maybe I could have left it there. I just figured it would be a lot safer because the range came quite far over on the right, and I just thought it would be a lot easier. Now, flare up to the very back and then come in right straight onto that boom cannon. You should be able to take it down before the shock, and then let your heavies and zookas kind of roll forward. You know what I probably should have done? I probably should have just landed a couple of extra boats of troops. That would have made all the freaking difference. Because, as you can see, I'm rolling through with one boat's heavies, one boat's Yes, one boats. Watch out for the underwears, too. Underwears? It's... anyways, Let's just say, after watching my one last heavy drop, my Zookas needed to worry about their underwears. So, from the top, if even if you do blast away all of your troops, the sniper tower can actually hit your Zookas back there, and you can just kind of work away on the HQ. It might be a really expensive stage 5, but even if you normally don't get it, you might be able to pull it off, and if you do, you'll get some nice big loot. Or you're gonna waste an entire boat of heavies and half a boat of Zookas because you're trying to do it with just the two without using too much GBE so that it's a low-level friendly attack. Weird. So, stage 6, there is a cluster of rocket launchers and the shock launcher right there. Those all gotta go because, well, obviously rocket launchers and shock launchers do bad things to Zookas. And then with some of the extra GBE, I decided to start throwing some bombs over at the boom cannons and whatnot, because boom cannons will do bad things to my heavies. And then I realized half of the level is already gone. So I dropped one boat heavies and then all my Zookas and then the rest of my heavies, just because I know there are some defenses down there at the far end away from my flares that are going to attack whatever is landed there. So I was like, throw a few heavies in there, let's sacrifice them. I'm totally good with that, I don't mind at all. And then let everything come forward. I didn't bother reloading my boats after the level 5 fiasco, because I was just like, I'd have to spend diamonds or I'd have to wait. Neither seemed incredibly appealing, so instead I just rolled in 7 boats. I figured, I'm a little short, no big deal. But as you can see, if you've got the GBE to like kind of level that nasty spot in the middle, stage 6 is super easy. That was a 0 casualty 6 because lulls at their faces, that's why. Okay, moving on to 7, I decided I'm still not going to wait for all of my troop refreshing. I'm just gonna go balls to the walls and try to smoky hookah my way into the very back to take out the HQ. So this is my attempt at to smoky hookah, and I say my attempt because clearly, if you're watching this attack, it did not go well. Look at that. Oh, it's kind of embarrassing to show people that kind of thing, but whatever. So flare onto the HQ, make sure you shock the shock launcher, the rocket launchers, and all the other things, and then throw some critters, and wait. Because it turns out when you do heavy and Zooka, it's a lot less damage than all Zooka. Good news is, we take down the base, get the win, and move on without having to worry about any troop refreshes. Thanks guys for watching. Hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully it's been entertaining. And most importantly, hopefully you guys have a fantastic day.